We're back, spinning that wheel. Whatever this lands on is the preset we play today, and then we will rank it on our ever-growing tier list. Next up, we got, okay, a blast from the past, a very rarely played preset, but we'll talk about it in just a second. Scavenger, fun times. Okay, so this is the Scavenger preset. A little bit of history about why Scavenger exists in the first place. So back in the day, Symphony of the Night Randomizer was a huge success in getting people revitalized and racing Symphony of the Night, and that exists even to this day. There's a massive racing scene for Symphony of the Night Randomizer over on the Long Library Discord. People literally racing there every single day for the most part. And early on, in I think the first couple of I think it was during season 2. So if you guys were around for because this is a whole series, me ranking all of the Symphony of the Night Randomizer presets. There's 37 of them total right now. And we recently did the Season 2 Safe Logic one. If you missed it, you can watch it over on the youtube.com/DragonBlitzDaily. You should subscribe while you're there. Leave a like, leave a comment. Join the live stream on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. All that fun stuff. All of it helps me out in the algorithm and such, especially if you're appreciating the tier list series, if you will. Long story short, we would race all the time in the Discord, and every once in a while, we had this issue, quote unquote issue, where during a race, somebody would get a random drop, and that random drop would be game determinative. Something like, oh my god, I found a random library card. It dropped from a bloody zombie early on in the game, and that won me the whole seat. It saved me like 5 minutes. Or, dude, a bat just dropped a duplicator. Holy shit, we're going to win. Now I have infinite mana prisms, infinite library cards. And some people in the Discord were like, that seems a little unfair to just win off of a random drop. So, this preset was born, aka it's essentially the same old Season 2 randomizer. This one has 9 complexity for whatever reason, as opposed to the other complexities. Wait, is this actually Season 3 Safe Logic? Yeah, because it has the randomized items. Okay, so Scavenger got updated to become Season 3 Safe Logic, but oh man, this is going to be brutal. Because original Scavenger was Season 2 Safe Logic. This version of Scavenger is Season 3 Safe Logic, which essentially adds the item randomization and stuff. So yeah, enemies don't drop items is the gimmick. Leapstone at the start is pretty good. So the only way to get items is to find them on the map, which means in general we're going to have less options for items. So I'm probably going to just do more item checks in general because of this. More accurately, Scavenger simply inherits safe and removes drops. Yeah, pretty much. Scavenger is whatever the current safe logic is, but removes drops, is, I guess, the one way to put it. So this is modern safe logic. Just with no enemy drops, which means I'm probably going to just do more item checks. Looks like transformations and movement relics were forced out of the shop for some weird reason. It's because enemies can't drop cash. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and back in the day, we didn't have the free shop relic. So back in the day, if you did Scavenger, there was a chance that you just couldn't afford the relic there, and it was GG's. It was kind of like a weird pseudo soft lock. Nowadays, that's not an issue if you play in tournament mode, which gives you access to the free shop relic. So it essentially means that the shop relic can't really be progression. Also, it's weird that the Rapier gets this, like, Flurry, McFlurry slash attack. Like, why is that a thing? I mean, it makes sense. Like, they programmed it in, so they're just like, screw it. We'll give every slashing sword, I don't know, Rapier type, short sword, this ability. It has a decent enough base attack because of the item stat randomizer that it's one-shotting these guys, which is pretty nice. It was very enlightening going through the randomizer channel from 2000 to 2020 to 2021. Yeah, it's crazy to think that that was so long ago. I'm glad that the Discord server obviously has all that info there for historians such as yourself to uncover the secrets of the past. But I lived it, man. I lived it. Vanilla Spirit Orb? What is this? I thought this shit ain't random. A DB to the past. I mean, back then, streaming wasn't my job. Life has changed so much since then. It's safe logic, so I think the correct play is to do this. The odds are that Leapstone directly unlocks the next relic that I need. And Leapstone in this preset only locks this check, the one in Colosseum, and the one in what's it called? Castle Keep. Alucard sword? Is it good though? Ooh, okay, so it's good, but it's also ass at the same time? Fuck. Shit. That sucks. 16 attack damage on the Alucard sword? I'm gonna grab this warp first, and then I'm gonna go check the Colosseum. This is an old school safe logic play. We'll see how it pans out. I think modern randomizer speedrunners probably wouldn't do this play. They'd just say, screw it, I just won't use that warp later or something, but... Did you say you wanted a preset that had all relics and vanilla locations? I mean, I know you can do that using the randomizer tools or whatever. Yeah, any preset can have vanilla relics. I meant a preset like Denotion that gives you vanilla relics, vanilla items, and then like all of the modified shit on top of that, which I'm now just realizing you can do, right? Like if I wanted to play Leg Day or Batmaster with vanilla items and relics, that's something that the randomizer can do. I don't know why I was asking for that, even though I realize now that it's something that is like possible. You just turn off the relic and item randomization, and I'm pretty sure it works. Please be a good item. That'd be nice. Sword that isn't ass? Well, it gets stronger when bloodied. All right. Okay. I'll take it. We're going to be dark metamorphosing, but it's fine. Morphosises. How do you... If there's multiple morphoses, is it morphoses or morphosi? Dark metamorphosis? If you're talking about multiple morphoses, like what's the proper pluralization of morphosis? Any English majors in the chat? It can't be morphoses. That's stupid. Morphoses? Morphoses sounds less stupid. It's like the day you figure out that the plural of thesis is theses, and you're like, haha, theses. Sounds like feces, which is poop. That was a great day in English class. See, I'm young enough to remember high school English class. I'm hip. I'm young. I'm cool. I know what skibbity is. Yeah, it's not like octopi. I think they couldn't handle English class if they were like, nah, it's octopi. Sorry, it's not actually octopi. It's, you know. Interesting. Shared complexity on layer 0 in a 9 complexity preset. That doesn't happen super often. Very interesting. Well, this is why you get the warp, by the way. Well, unless I do a crazy flea ladder, which is technically possible. I think the issue with this flea ladder is that it's going to require that I go and keep these guys following me, but this direction. Uh-oh. There we go. This might be doable. Dude, I'm so fucking good at this game. I don't know what else to say, man. Nobody does it like me. It's just that easy, bro. That saves like, probably like 3 minutes, probably. Maybe like 2 minutes. In backtracking between Aurochs's quarters and outer wall? And it skips the doppelganger fight? Sheesh. A lot of the new randomization counts on there being a randomizer, randomized stuff. Okay. So there'll be an error if you try to force it to not be random. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me has wanted to mess around with, like, some of that stuff. I think a no-logic randomizer also could be interesting, even though it probably will soft lock 99% of players in 99% of situations. Stop hitting me. I just want to grab this item, please. Thank you. But also, I think it could be funny. Holy Sword? And it's good. For now, I think Holy Sword is our go-to until we have to fight some like higher level bosses. You can just make PPFs for the ROM hacks. That's true, yeah. That is very true. I may or may not need this warp, but I'll just grab it now. Because, like, why not? Who cares? Jewel of Open plus Leap Stone. That puts caverns and the mines in logic. Is this a skip library situation? I'm going to say no, because I think I have some cash. And I think for that reason, I want to go to the library. In a race scenario, I don't know how I feel about trying to skip library here. I think a lot of players would do it, though. I think, Crazy, you should realize that there's a reason why the Speedrun preset is one of the least played presets of all time. Have you played Speedrun recently? Because you should go play the Speedrun preset a couple of times and then consider whether or not you want to force Speedrun tech into the logic of the game. Because by doing so, you'll quickly realize, oh wait, it's bad. Is music vanilla? It might be.
I'm interested in this.
Mana prisms are cheap. Library cards are also cheap. That's good to know. Marcel power increases with gameplay. That might be useful for us because we're going to be playing this game forever. You know what? It should increase power with like gameplay lifetime. Then that weapon would be good. Because it would be good for me because I have 12 billion hours playing this stupid fucking game. Duplicator! Well, don't mind if I do. Now...
I'm interested in this.
Oh, I should have bought the library card first and then bought the duplicator. I just saw duplicator and got excited. Oh, man. That was a mistake. I want to force me how to do that stuff. I don't know, man. Like... I hate being a rando boomer, dude. I hate being a SotN boomer in general. Being a SotN speedrunning boomer it just hurts sometimes. Do you remember getting good by practicing? No. We don't... I should actually ban the word practice from this chat room. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Chatters, don't look at the word. Don't look at it. It hurts. Yeah, practice is illegal, unfortunately. Like, the reason people play Randomizer is because they don't want to practice the actual game. Is that enough? Should I go back and buy the library card? This should be enough. Like, no matter what. Yeah, any combination of two sellables should be enough. I'm actually going back for the library card. Redacted makes perfect. Yeah, no, I think there is just a large grouping of players that don't like the idea of practicing in video games. And honestly, like, I've done so much practice in my lifetime. Even I fall into that category of doing, like, efficient practice versus just saying, fuck it, I just want to play the game. Like, I get it. You have to have a very dedicated mindset to telling yourself, I'm going to put in hours practicing a thing, where you are essentially delaying you're putting your fun rewards on delay, saying, no, I won't have fun now, I'll have fun later after I practice the thing and then execute on that thing. I think PCSX is fine, right? Am I remembering that correctly? PCSX is fine? I'm playing on BizHawk. It's also a fine emulator. DuckStation is a fine emulator. MedDefend is a fine emulator. Ooh.
What can I do for you?
I'm interested.
All right, now we can buy the things that we wanted, which is the Mana Prism and the library card. I'll grab a Power Sire too. There's a chance that it could be good. Shurikens aren't that good. Do I have any other, like, throwing items? Block a knife, they're not that good either. Where's all the damaging throwables? Where'd they go? Hello? Javelin, like, all of the throwables got no damage. How is this happening? Oh shit, that's a Varda. Oh, I could have bought it if I had just a little bit more money. Whatever. Instead, I bought fucking useless ass shit. Shield. Like, I don't even need the shield. I have a Buffalo Star. I didn't need this shield. Fuck. I could just buy it later. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not mad. You're mad. I don't know. I guess I'll Mana Prism. We got to make a preset where the worse player you are, the faster you beat it. You want to know a controversial opinion? That's every modern preset. Not every modern preset, but a lot of them. What if I make an entire tournament based around a preset where the skills don't matter? Shots fired. Look, you can call me a fucking SotN boomer all you want. But like, the ROM hacky nature of the Symphony, if anything, going through and playing every single preset on SotN.io, SotNRando.net, etc. Playing every randomizer preset has just shown me that, like, man, we shouldn't have fucked with, like, the basics. The basics were good, man. So, granted, some newer presets came out and they're PogChamp, they're goated with the sauce, etc., etc. But, like, a lot of the time, we cower in fear knowing the monsters we've created. Either way. That could be money for the Varda later. I have a duplicator. Like, Varda is cool and all, but it's not like not that big of a deal. We're lucky that the shop didn't suck ass. Otherwise, I feel like this preset can be very, very brutal when you just don't find good items. We ended up finding some decent items. I think, if anything, the item randomization kind of makes a lot more sense in... Like, the item stat randomization kind of makes more sense in a Scavenger type preset. Maybe. Because at the very least, you can get, like, a mid-weapon, but, like, you could just randomly get good stats. Maybe it just makes it more random. Maybe this is more casino tier then. I don't know. It's hard to think about. I'm a decent item? Fuck. Damn it. Dr. Swimman's got me. I've been roasted. Also, whoever said this is vanilla music for this preset, clearly they were correct, because I do remember this song playing constantly when I was in the caverns as a mere child, playing this game for the first time on my CRT television in 1999. Speaking of CRT televisions, to bring up Evo yet again, did you guys see the Evo setup for the Third Strike tournament? It was so cool. Man. So cool. Seeing those, like, fucking portable arcade cabinets, essentially. Portable in quotes, but, like, you know. Genuinely so cool, and I want one so bad. Did I save? I don't remember if I saved. Shit. I don't remember if I saved. I don't think I did. I'm just gonna not trust. If I was more paying attention, I would have safe split this. Because I knew it was very likely that the... Well, it was random whether the relic was gonna be there or not, but it's fine. Actually, I did this on purpose, because now I can buy that Varda. I can buy 2 of them things. Which isn't necessary at all, but I wanted to. I don't know, man. There's something really cool about the world we live in with, like, retro games, I feel like. where we live in, oh, it's like a mixed bag, where obviously game preservation and like store closures and like rights management for old games is kind of like a crapshoot. But like the technology that exists for experiencing old games in a modern context is really, really cool. I don't know, man. Like, part of me wishes that there'd be a way to like own a multi-board like CPS system with just flash memory of all of the old Capcom arcade games on there. There probably is a system that allows you to do that, but I'm just not a arcade guy. Like I'm not a retro arcade enthusiast currently. The Mr. Project is awesome. Isn't that a hardware emulation thing where it uses software to emulate hardware or something? I don't know. I'm too stupid to understand what the fuck that thing is. I know people talk about it like it's the next coming of Christ, though. For like retro preservation. But I am merely a silly guy who's just a little guy. Don't be mad at me. I don't know any better. I'm just a little guy. But I've seen people like run PlayStation games on it or whatever. But I'm just not sure what a Mr. is. Does Steam make you skip Succubus twice? Well, it's more so that I forgot to save split properly, or maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention to my save split, which would have saved me a little bit of time. But I mean, like 9 complexity, you're probably going to be backtracking. Like that's just, especially if it forces you to go to the caverns early, you're going to be backtracking. Spike breaker. So that pretty much means that Grand Falloon is guaranteed to be in logic. Or sorry, it's guaranteed to be the next thing. Because it's the last in logic check. FPGA cores to accurately recreate various consoles, computers, etc. Okay. Maybe one day I'll understand what that means. But it sounds good. I want to say thank you for all the content that you make. Thank you for watching. At the end of the day, I'm just some guy who has dedicated a decade plus of his life for whatever ungodly reason to playing this game and speedruns and other community stuff. And the fact that there's people out there that vaguely, remotely give a shit is, like, in my opinion, cool. Nice soul steal, nerd. The rare left-facing soul steal. I'm really bad at left-facing soul steals. Yucky, gross. Both rings? What are we doing here? Yucky. I was hoping to get flight, but I guess not. I mean, flight is guaranteed down there, so. "30 minutes in, and we're still just Buffalo Star dashing like God intended." Honestly, this is what the rando guys really want, right? Like the just I was gonna say just chatting YouTube comment section, but yeah, the YouTube commenter that I made up in my head must be loving this because clearly we're progressing through the game at a reasonable pace. Isn't that what you want? You don't want overpowered movement at the start. So clearly The alternative here, aka 30 minutes with just a double jump, is peak gaming. Probably don't need to do item checks really at all. But also sometimes my brain is like, ooh, what could be in the box? It could be anything. Let's check. Let's go gambling. Oh, dang it. Well, now I feel vindicated for going this direction. When I type Dragon Blitz in the YouTube search, the daily shows up 7 spots higher than the main channel. Yeah, I think that's the issue of having 2 channels, one that uploads once every like couple of weeks and one that uploads every day. I think the main channel, well, it's just clear that the main channel gets more like traffic. Or sorry, the daily channel gets more traffic than the main channel. So the only way for the main channel to like actually be considered the main channel SEO wise would be for it to start getting more views, but it's just, you know, it's a work in progress. Damn, that guy's freaking dead. I think part of me has had to just like come to terms with that the main channel, due to its upload frequency, will never be in the same, will never have the same advantages of a channel that just uploads every day. I don't know. Part of me is also just like, I want that channel to, I want my main channel to do well, obviously. It would be great if I'm getting, you know, hundreds of thousands of views per video. That'd be beautiful. But part of me is like, what is the most efficient way to do that? It's probably to just make YouTube clickbait slop. Probably. That is like somewhat tangentially related to Castlevania. And like, I don't know if I want to do that, to be honest. Because there's like a lot of stuff that's like super interesting to me that I think would be more fulfilling. So part of me is willing to accept that the main channel is probably going to be hurting for a while because of that. Like I've canned 3 different, like I've written scripts, recorded, and then haven't uploaded videos because they're just not good enough for the main channel. That's happened 3 times this year. It's because those videos end up, unfortunately, in a somewhat sensationalist, clickbaity way. Like, that's the only way for me to quote-unquote sell the idea of that video, so I end up trashing it. Some of them are things that aren't, like, too big of projects, thankfully. Some of them took quite a while, and then I ended up canning it, but if I ever end up, like, actually finishing those videos, maybe I'll upload them just for Patreon or something, but it is what it is. How's it going, Scout? Hope you're doing well. I think that's normal. Yeah, it's part of the process of, like, trying to... The issue with uploading as infrequently as I do is I don't get a chance to, like, have the content evolve with me at the same rate. Because a lot of my tastes and understanding and skills have changed, but, like, the uploads only come out in, like, chunks of, you know, whenever they get uploaded. So anytime that I grow emotionally, mentally, skills-wise as a content creator, all of that stuff, like, takes a while for it to actually be shown in the main channel videos. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's Gravity Boots. That makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just yapping about shit that doesn't actually matter, but... Like, obviously, for those that were around for yesterday's stream, you guys know that I'm working on a Super Metroid video. And, like, I think it's tangentially related enough that it won't necessarily bomb with my current audience, but I have a feeling that it's probably going to be one of those videos that, with my core audience, they're not going to enjoy it as much as other videos. because it's about a different game. And that is just like sad and frustrating, but it is just like the nature of creating content. So most of us yap about shit that probably doesn't matter. I mean, that's the human condition, is it not? The human condition is to yap. Ultimately, my goal with that channel is to just upload things that I think are interesting and cool and that matter to me, and I just hope that other people agree, for one, and for two, that YouTube then shows it to the people that care about that stuff as well. You know what I mean? Which also is like an issue. Like sometimes, I think a lot of YouTube channels actually make really good stuff, and oftentimes that stuff just doesn't get shown to the right audience, so they end up stagnating. Because YouTube just doesn't know what to do with the content. Because YouTube's algorithms sometimes be doo-doo ass. So I bailed on yesterday's stream so I could watch the video. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to get it out soon, but it's quite a behemoth of a video to make, to essentially condense a 3-hour discussion into a sizable chunk of a YouTube video. Discussing the run is gonna be tough. So what? Exciting stuff, though, nonetheless. I don't know. How many people on Dragon Blitz Daily... Ooh, nice. How many people on Dragon Blitz Daily do you guys think actively watch every main channel upload? Because I did a poll, and it seemed like from that poll, a lot of people do. But that was a while ago. I did like a community notes poll or whatever. Community board. I usually skim the Dragon Blitz Daily stuff, but then watch every main channel video. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Especially if you're in the stream very often, I can understand not re-watching. Because a lot of the stuff that happens on Dragon Blitz Daily is just stuff that happens on stream, you know? So I get it. But I know there can't be, like, statistically, it's impossible for there to be a 100% crossover between Dragon Blitz Daily and the main channel videos. It's just like, there's got to be people that are only interested in, like, hour-long randomizer playthroughs that don't care about commentated, edited, scripted content. Like, it just has to exist, you know what I mean? Either way, I think it's easy to talk about all this stuff, but eventually it just has to come down to, like, having the correct work balance of just, like, doing it all, you know what I mean? That's definitely been the hardest thing about this year in particular, is just having the time to actually edit all the videos together alongside uploading every day and streaming as regularly as I can. That is by far the hardest part. And also trying to have, like, somewhat of a healthy life balance where I, like, go outside and exercise and see people in the real world. It's tough. Metroid stream was fun. I'm glad you enjoyed. This is probably Soul of Wolf, right? Oh, I guess it doesn't have to be, but... Soul of Wolf, I think, has to be flight locked, is what I'm realizing. Oh, no, it doesn't have to be, actually, now that I think about it. Why am I checking items? It is what it is. I just know that there's like no way to convince certain people that the value that you provide is like actually valuable. And like, I don't know. To a certain extent, like I can't sit here and scream from the rooftops like, hey, watch my videos over and over and over and over again, expect that to work. I just have to make good videos and just hope that the systems in place reward you for doing so. Like there's no other thing you can do, in my opinion. Or at least that's the only thing I'm interested in doing. I'm not gonna friggin' try and do anything else outside of that.
Tribute. You steal men's souls.
Hello, Macros. Welcome. Thank you for the 4 months. I just want to make stuff that I find interesting. Yeah, I've also just been thinking about it more, and it's like, I don't know, man. I think I've put a lot of pressure on myself, which I think is very normal and fair, because I do this full time, and it's my job, and I have to split my attention between live streaming, Dragon Blitz Daily, and then the main channel. So I feel like it's very easy to get into the mindset of like, oh my god, I'm overwhelmed, there's too much to do, like I don't have enough time, etc., etc., etc. And I also have to make sure all these things are all optimized and firing on all cylinders and working as perfectly as they can be. When also, like, I don't know, to a certain extent, I could just like, I should just library card actually. Just do the thing that I'm interested in doing, and if it works out, great. If not, I'll just figure something else out. I think is kind of the mindset that I'm in right now. Especially, like, with the position that I am with content, it's like, I'm doing okay, all things considered, and if things continued in this direction, I'll be fine. If they get worse, numbers-wise or financially or whatever, it'll be stressful and I'll figure it out then, I guess, is kind of the mindset that I have now. But stressing about a future that isn't currently happening is like, whatever. I just shouldn't do that, but it's really easy to do that. Because you're kind of forced to see trends over and over and over again and then try and react to those trends before they actually happen. Which in my mind is incredibly unhealthy and weird. Meh. I think I'm just taking a more chill approach going forward and doing the things that I think are interesting and valuable. And if other people agree, great. If not, meh. Oh well. I don't know. Worst case scenario, I could like just get a job or something. Which I think in the past would have been, in my mind, I would consider that like being a visible sign of failure. But it's like, I don't know, failure's not fucking real, man. It's a capitalist construct designed to make you provide more quote-unquote value for shareholders somewhere across the world. That shit ain't real, man. There's holy glasses, finally. You only fail if you give up. That's, what is it? Gambler's fallacy? Sunk cost fallacy? Something like that. But I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to change my mindset around where failure isn't real, essentially. Because if you think about it, it's like, I don't know, it isn't real. It's all just somebody else's perspective being forced onto you, right? Or your own hypercritical self telling you that you have failed, but it's like, oh, karma coin, nice. Like, is that real? I don't think it is, man. I really don't. It's all perspective, man. Me after taking a fat rip of that bong. It's all perspective, man. Like, from one perspective, you could, you know, do something as meaningless as, I don't know, flip a coin. And, like, some people will say that it's heads. But others, their perspective, they'll say it's tails. And there's only one way to actually find out. It's to spend all of your garnet coins on heads, because heads, it clearly has to be heads. Or maybe it's tails? I don't know. It's all perspective, man. Takes fat rip. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. There's also, like... Thank you guys for being my digital therapist, by the way. There's also this, like, thing I've been thinking about a lot recently, which is, like... What is the end result of, you know, hypothetical fantasy world? I get literally everything I've wanted professionally out of this, like, content creation job. What does that look like? And what are, like, the realistic outcomes of being in that position? And I'm like, holy shit, I don't think I want to be, like, I definitely don't want to be Mr. Beast famous. Like, that sounds miserable. I can't go outside without security. You know what I mean? I don't think I would ever get that big, but, like, you know, even scaling that down, there's, like, certain levels of, like, being a online personality that come with a lot of annoyances. And I only see that on a small scale. I can't imagine on a larger scale getting added on Twitter every day where people essentially just, like, hate you for existing because you look a specific way or sound a specific way, or people want to just have contrarian opinions about the things that you make because for them it's low stakes and they can just yell into the void. Like, that sounds incredibly stressful. Like, I only get, like, a couple of mean YouTube comments at most. People will hate no matter what. That is also true. Yeah, you can't make everybody happy. It's very true. I think I'm also just not extroverted and energized enough to live that kind of lifestyle. I'm good at peaking at 1 mil or something. Subscribers? Damn, you got ambitions. Which is fair. I could see myself feeling similarly, but I don't know. I don't even think it's worth, like, putting a label on it for me, the more I think about it. Like, attaching a number to any of the things I do. Like, to me, the number doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, any of the numbers don't mean anything outside of if you're obviously financially reliant on the number of physical dollars that go into your bank account. That's kind of like the only thing at that point. Unless you care a lot about, like, other aspects like influence or community building or, you know, like, there's altruistic ways to care about those numbers, but, like, I don't know. Haters say I'll never find success, and they were spot on. Oh, don't say that. Success, again, is just success and failure is all a mental construct, man. My real goal is to be doing this thing until I hit the grave. I'm going to be 80 talking about the next hit RPG speedrun. I think that is a much more tangible and realistic goal that helps put a lot more into perspective. But obviously, like, you know, you're an emotionally intelligent, well-spoken individual, Swallman. You, of all people, I'm not worried about. I'm more so just talking about myself and, like, talking about myself kind of in the third person. I'm pretty sure the last Vlad Relics, yeah, we full cleared first castle, so last Vlad Relics had to be in the second castle. I'm not paying attention to anything because the seed got kind of easy. And this is, like, a great excuse for me to just... You know the seed is good when I'm just yapping about shit that doesn't matter, and I'm not talking about the seed. If I'm talking about the seed is bad. But I'm sure you guys watching at home are used to that. I think talking about the act of creativity of any kind is like, when you think about it, like that's the thing I care about more than anything else, is like having a creative outlet for expression, having a community of like-minded individuals that I think are, you know, chill to like vibe with and stuff, whether that's like acquaintances, friendships, communities that are, you know, don't necessarily even have to rely on individual one-on-one communication or anything like that. I think all that stuff is valuable. And then it's like, obviously I'm incredibly lucky to be able to do all that stuff as a job, because that's something that is quite rare. But like, even if this wasn't my job, there is nothing stopping me from doing it on a smaller scale whilst doing other things to, you know, feed the capitalism demon or whatever. And I think I've put a lot of internal pressure on myself. Okay, I think that was the transformation that we were supposed to get, because Bat was locked behind another transformation and Mist was locked behind that transformation. So if we played the Seed normally, it would have sucked ass. Thankfully, the Spike Breaker out of logic check was quite good for us. Yeah, dude, YouTube's internal systems also are just like, the more I look at them, the more I realize how obviously the statistics that they give you themselves are not necessarily like a lie or anything like that. But the things they're asking you to do are kind of a lie. Like, oh, this video is doing poorly because blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's just a guess, man. You don't know. YouTube don't know shit about their own algorithm. Like, why would I trust YouTube to tell me how to make and present my own videos? And even if they give me like quote unquote technically correct advice, it might not actually be correct, because it like the advice they're giving me doesn't fit my style of thumbnails or style of videos, you know? It's like, that's not a super viable option either. Because sometimes in the YouTube creator space, in the studio, they'll be like, try doing a video about blah, 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 or your video isn't appealing to this type of audience. It's like, yeah, but if I made a different video, it also wouldn't appeal to, you know, something else. Like, so we have, what, 3 checks left, 2 Vlad relics left. Easy clap. We might end up 100%ing the seed, but even if we do, the seed's not bad for a 100% seed. We could probably still finish it in under an hour. Anyways, thank you for coming to my tech talk about my life and YouTube and stuff. I'm just trying to have a more balanced... Yeah, we're doing 100% of the seed. I'm just trying to have a more balanced approach to not putting so much pressure on myself as a content creator. Like, I think it's very easy to feel caught up in numbers and metrics and stuff. And even, like, in person, talking to other content creators, it's very easy to get caught up in that stuff because it, like, has a tangible effect. But the intangibles, I think, are the more important part. Like, I don't know. Never in my life has anybody asked, okay, but how did that YouTube video make you feel? How did creating that video and producing it, how did that affect you emotionally? Instead, it's like, oh, that's cool that got 100,000 views or whatever. Like, that is the talking point that most people ascribe to. And, like, I don't know. I'm just trying to break out of that mindset as much as I can because I think it's not healthy. To put that much pressure on yourself when so much of it is out of your control. Real life lesson is have no friends, make enemies, do crime, smoke weed. Something, alpha male, something. Buy my course, and I'll show you how Western civilization has fallen, etc., etc. Is being a gay a crime? Depends. Depends on where you are. Unfortunately. Your Honor, lock me up. I don't know. I don't think I necessarily have the issue of comparing myself to others. It's more so like comparing. I think the issue is like when you've already seen some level of success, then you compare yourself to past versions of yourself that saw success under different circumstances. So. And also when like those metrics of success lead to financial gain, it's very easy to get diluted into thinking like, oh, I need this money for X, Y, and Z reasons. What the hell? What did I forgore? Don't. Chat. I forgot castle entrance again, didn't I? Did I forget castle entrance again? And it was also another Vlad relic again? This is like the 5th time in the series. Oh, I forgot Alchemy Lab as well. Oops, never mind. It wasn't just Castle Entrance. I also forgot Alchemy Lab. Oops. Damn. This streamer still forgores the old-fashioned way. We like to have fun around here. We like to have existential crises and then talk it out with our chats as if they're our therapist around here, you know. Rando brain rot. I mean, we've done 3 randos today, so it happens. That is the thing that sucks about doing multiple seeds. Like, if I'm in a tournament setting, I'm no more than, like, 3 seeds in a day. 3 seeds in one day is, like, a lot. And that's requiring, like, full-on focus the entire time. Yeah, seed bleed is very real. Whereas, like, if I'm just goofing around and, like, talking to you guys the whole time and not really super paying attention, I play significantly worse after, like, the 2nd seed of the day. In a tournament setting, I could probably force myself to focus for 3 seeds in a row and be okay. But I'll still probably make, like, a handful of mistakes. Yeah, like, it's very easy to catch yourself, like, forgetting and stuff like that. Like, we forgot the if I save split or not early on, and that was an issue. Six seeds in one day? Well, you are a psychopath that probably has done irreparable harm to your prefrontal cortex because of this. Lobotomy rando, yeah. Come on. There it is. I guess, yeah, we backtrack and then library or warp. Okay, so we did 99% of the game, not 100%. 99%. I forgore. Would I do 6 seeds for $500? Yeah, probably. I mean, I just have to beat the game 6 times. Take a little over 6 hours. You're averaging like what, like $80 an hour or something like that? The math checks out. That's worth. How many would I do for a Klondike bar? I would commit unspeakable atrocities. I'm an NSFW furry artist. Damn! Hold up. Wait a minute. I didn't know we were speaking to royalty here. Chat, bow down. He def has the $500. All hail our new lord. The furry artist. Bro, I've talked about it many a times. If I could redo my whole stream from the start, I would be a VTuber furry 100%. Because who has all of the money and the influence in the world of the internet? Not to be conspiratorial here, it's the furries, man. The furries run the internet. They're the ones that are doing the IT to fix all of the Microsoft shit, to get all the computers back up and running. It's never too late to start over. When fucking Skynet failed or whatever, and all of those Microsoft computers imploded, I guarantee you, the people on staff working overnight to fix that shit were furries that lived in like a 1-bedroom apartment in Oregon or something like that. It'll boost your stream reach by like 30%. Yeah. I'm telling you, they're the ones with all the money, dude. They spend their money on fucking VTubers in fursuits with their like $100,000 a year IT jobs, man. I don't know if I would be able to fly as a scaly though. Being an anthropomorphic dragon, that sounds rough. Yeah, we'll coin flip at Dracula again. I'll jab it up. Hey, Dad, look at this cool coin I found. How the controller keyboard test went? It was the same. Like the randomizer desyncs. We think we might have a better understanding of the input polling. So I thought the input polling was too low. Turns out, at least from Talix testing, the input polling on BizHawk might be too high, and that might be the issue. And coin flip, tails. I told you guys to bet heads, and it turned out to be tails. I think you guys might have gotten scammed. Ruh-roh. Well, to be fail, it was heads last time, so it had to be tails this time. That's how 50-50s work. Anyways, hey, Dad, look at this picture of you when you were old. No! And then he explodes.
Whence you came, trouble the soul of my more.
Yeah, that was Scavenger.
How is it that I've been so defeated?
This was a pretty good seed. We didn't play it very well. But, you know, I think
Sarcasm. For what profit is it?
we have enough info to discuss how this is going to land on our tier list. Scavenger, where are you at? Scavenger, me boyo. I mean, 9 complexity. That seed was fine. The whole reason Scavenger existed in the first place was because it was designed to be a race preset. But in general, this preset is pretty rough. I think we got very lucky. But if you get randomized items that don't have great stats, if you don't find any useful items, you don't get the extra items from enemy drops and stuff like that. I feel like this is like super high variance. And for that reason, I think it belongs to the casino tier. I think we got incredibly lucky, but as somebody who has played a lot of Scavenger, the early game of Scavenger can end up really rough, where it's like early Jewel of Open into like Leapstone, into like spend 45 minutes just to get like basic movement options, and the entire time you don't have a good weapon because enemies don't drop items or anything like that. I think we got very lucky. But overall, I think it belongs in casino tier. Like, that seed did not justify how incredibly gambly a preset like that can actually be. So, funny enough, this was designed to be more standard, but I think it ends up being more just like annoying than anything. I guess like if you were to race this, both players would probably do similar routing wise. So that in that regard, it's not a casino, but like maybe high variance is probably the more correct term here. So casino / high variance of seed quality, I think is more accurate. Like it's just random, the seed quality overall. But hey, am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know in the YouTube comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Join the live streams over on twitch.tv/dragonbutts, and I'll see you in the next video. YouTube, have a good one. Bye-bye.